Hi, and welcome to another presentation from your business tutor, learning your way, anytime, anywhere. So today we're going to find out about the most popular type of business and why it is so popular, and that is a sole trader. In today's presentation we're going to learn about a couple of things. First of all, what is a sole trader? And then after that we're going to look at the advantages and disadvantages of being a sole trader. So the first question today is, what is a sole trader? A sole trader is a business which is owned, run and financed by one person, and that one person is called a sole trader. Now, a sole trader's business is usually found in the private sector and includes organisations such as your local plumber or your local electrician. Those businesses tend to be set up as a sole trader. So what are the advantages of being a sole trader? Well, first of all, if you own your own business and you're in sole control of it, you get to make all the decisions. You don't have to ask anybody else. You get to decide how your business will evolve over time. And for most people, that's a really important advantage. A second advantage of being a sole trader is that they're really easy to set up. There are no legal documents required to create a sole trader. You could quite simply go down to your local hardware store, get yourself a bucket and a sponge, and set yourself up as a car cleaning business. It really is that simple. There are no legal documents required to set up a sole trader business. So a third advantage of being a sole trader is you can keep all your financial information private. You don't have to tell anybody how much profit you're making or how much money your business is worth. You can keep that information private and to yourself. And finally, as a sole trader, all the profit made by that business is yours. You're the sole owner, so you're entitled to all that profit. Yes, you'll have to pay a certain element of tax to the government, but everything else comes to you because you are the sole owner. So what are the disadvantages of being a sole trader? Well, probably the biggest is unlimited liability. Now, unlimited liability is a big disadvantage. And basically what it is if your business were to become bankrupt and the business could not repay the debt, then you as a sole trader become personally responsible for that debt. That might mean that you have to sell your own personal possessions to repay the debts of your sole trader business. And that is the concept of unlimited liability. You and the business are seen as the same thing, and therefore the debts of the business are also your own debts. A second disadvantage is all the responsibility is with the sole trader. Yes, they get to make all the decisions, but they have to make all those decisions. They don't have anybody to refer to or to consult with. All that responsibility, all that burden is on the sole trader. A third disadvantage is that sole traders find it difficult to raise finance. Because they're generally small in size, banks aren't really that keen to help them. So normally a sole trader has to finance their own business by saving their own money to get started. Now clearly that would mean that there's a limit to how much money a sole trader really has to get started, which means it can be quite difficult in the first few years for a sole trader because they don't have enough finance to really push the business forward and grow it. And the final disadvantage of being a sole trader is that if you're a sole trader that doesn't employ anybody, then it's really difficult for you to take a holiday or even be off ill. Because if you're on holiday or you're ill, you're not working. And if you're not working, you're not earning any money. Of course, if the sole trader is employing some people, then when they're on holiday, those other people could be working for them and keeping the business running. So what did we learn in today's presentation? Well, first of all, we found out what a sole trader is. And then we went on to find out what the advantages and the disadvantages are of being a sole trader. So I'm sure you can now see why a sole trader business is such a popular type of business. It's really easy to set up and you have lots of control within that type of business.